Today we're diving into the world of Exile. We did build something very similar to this back in the day in the colors of Esper. And if you guys don't know, this deck is going to be built around the Stonebinder Familiar. This card is a 1-drop that is going to grow over time every time we exile cards from the battlefield. We have some traditional ways of doing that, but some untraditional ways as well. Things like Cosmina/Omen Keel. The Cosmina, we all know, exiles itself from the battlefield, drawing us cards later in the game based on how many lands are hitting the field. And then the Omen Keel is going to be able to crew off of the Stonebinder Familiar, attacking into our opponent, drawing us not only lands from the top of their deck, but our opponent will be exiling those cards from the top of their deck, only growing the Stonebinder Familiar even further. We've got some tempo out cards, some usual suspects, things like Skyclave Apparition, as well as Wandering Emperor to help us tempo out the game and hopefully beat our opponent down in due time. This deck doesn't look like these cards should go together, but they actually synergize extremely well, and we had some really exciting games I can't wait to show you guys. But before we dive into that, there will be a full deck breakdown at the end of today's video, so stick around for that. And in the meantime, there's a link in the description below for the full deck list. And if you guys enjoy content just like this, if you wouldn't mind giving the video a like as well as a subscribe, both go a very long way, and there are free ways to help support the channel. But with that being said, guys, enjoy today's games. We'll see you guys here at the end. Peace. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Opening hand here looks pretty good. We will keep it. This may be the most unique deck I think I've ever constructed. And the reason being it's so unique is because we're playing something around Stonebinder Familiar. This whole deck is built around that card where, you know, we're exiling things to make it bigger. And so that's kind of where we started the base of the deck, and we kind of built and expanded upon that. We've done this before in Esper, but today we're going to be trying to do it in JESKAI, because I do believe JESKAI actually offers a little bit more tools to make this happen. You know, as good as Esper was and as many fun things it can do, I think the JESKAI version is going to be a little bit more powerful. Just red, blue, and red in general just offer some really powerful cards, things like iteration and stuff. So we played a couple of games with it already, by the way, and it was insane what it can do. Already the opponent so confused at what we're trying to pull off here, so they're taking their time with the check for traps here to figure out which card they want. They take the Apparition, which is an interesting choice. Kind of tells me that they're kind of tells me a little bit about their hand here, that they're running permanents that they don't want me to exile. We are going with the Omen Keel play here on turn 2. That way it comes in with the Summoning Sickness, and we can get past that to hopefully start immediately pulling some lands. All right, Cosmina coming into play. No removal. Beautiful. Gonna attack in here, stealing some of their lands, hopefully a handful. Nice, we get 2 of them. Field of Ruins, nice. We can use that against their own hive. That's so clutch. And then hopefully Cosmina survives a turn here so we can put it into exile to look for some more, you know, card draw down the line. Edgar. Yes, we are definitely going to take action. I need to make sure we win the card advantage game here. We're going to go Expressive Iteration. And Wandering Emperor in hand seems pretty good. Put the Restoration back. Play this out as a land. And we will take action. And then next turn I can exile the Edgar with the Wandering Emperor on the our main phase. All right, Felidar Retreat's a bit of a nuisance of a card. Can this hit enchantments? It artifact or creature? So no on the enchantments, unfortunately. That's gonna be hard to deal with. That's a tricky card for sure. Gonna go here. And this can give vigilance. We got to keep that in mind. That can give vigilance. So I am going to play this now, which will cause me to lose. Which will cause me to lose the Wandering Emperor to the attack from the cat. But I think that's worth it to not allow them to gain vigilance and attack into us. All right, another enchantment, another hard card to deal with. I don't know, maybe we actually need to look into potentially throwing Farewell in the deck. I don't know. There's just too many permanents that I'm trying to deal with that I like on the field, so I don't want to lose my permanents as well. Tricky situation. Good game we got building up here, though. I like it. Another Emperor feels great. All right, going iteration here. And I like the sash here, I guess. And then we'll put this back, and then we'll play this out as a land, and then we will play it for blue. And then we'll Wandering Emperor again on this next turn. And this time we'll probably create a 2/2 and kill the 1/1 on their end. They obviously probably going to hit a land here, though. And if they hit a land, I could also channel this. And if I channel this, it's 2 mana to get rid of these tokens. I don't know. A lot to consider here, but I do think I'm going to go with the Wandering Emperor. And I'm going to create a 2/2. And the reason I'm going to create a 2/2, again, is to not only chump block the 1/1 very well, but also it gives us something to crew the Omen Keel with. So that's nice. No plays from the opponent here. Love that. Also love the Field of Ruin here, because the Field of Ruin, we can bring back the Cosmina on we can bring it back on the opponent's turn. I'm gonna create another 2/2 with this, so let's go and attack it in here. Dang, we miss on all fronts here, huh? They have Farewell. Interesting. All right, end our turn. This is going to be a really interesting turn here, because I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to channel the Touch of the Spirit Realm to get rid of the cat, and then we crack. They're definitely not going to take. Well, they might. Let's just do this now, because they might take this. I can't have that happening. So they're going to take a card out of our hand. No big deal. We Field of Ruin on their turn here to blow up their hive, and then Cosmina comes back in, and it will draw me a bunch of cards. So that'll be nice. That's fine. That's fine. They take a bit of damage. They create a 2/2 cat. That's what I wanted to see. Let's go. We blow up their hive with their own Field of Ruin here. It leaves them with 1 mana left over. We get back Cosmina, which is going to have 4 1/1 counters on it, and it's going to draw us 4 cards. So good. So ridiculously good. Here it comes. Let's go. Oh my gosh, this is actually working out so good. This is, again, this is like the 3rd game we played with it. We have not lost yet, and it has felt smooth, to say the least. All right, we resolve all these. My turn. Decline. We've got plenty of cards to work with here. No worries. Apparitions are nice. I see why they wanted to take away the apparitions, by the way. Makes sense now. Feladar's gone. And screw this. I'm a little scared, I can't lie. I'm not sure how I am supposed to do this, but I think this is fine. We'll put a 1/1 counter here.
Remember your training.
Let's play out the sash. Exile with the sash. Take out their permanents. That way it gets bigger. Reconfigure this onto a 2/2. And now we've got 3 viable attackers here to keep the pressure going. And they're going to have to make trades if they're going to want to deal with any of this stuff. So this will be good. Looks like they're going to try to maybe triple up on the... Oh, no, they're not. Okay. Thought they were going to try to triple up on the Cosmina or something. But no, they're gonna sack a lot of their board state here to make some blocks, though, to jump out. They try to take out the Omen Keel. Okay. All right. Get those attacks through. Sash is back on board. End our turn. And we still got plenty of cards in hand to work with here. They're down to 13. We're up to 15. And we've got Wandering Emperor on the field with a bunch of creatures that are absolutely deadly. And the sash is just going to continue to grow every turn. And we can, you know, reconfigure it onto creatures to make them bigger, which is great. This is going really, really well. And we didn't even start the game off with the Stonebinder Familiar, which we really wanted to do. This is more of a long game plan. Oh, man, that's tough. Okay, that's really tough. All right, well, Farewell's not bad at all. They're left with the 5/5 and then 2 enchantments on the field. But we still got, I mean, a pretty good hand here to hopefully recover well. We've got, you know, Cosmina that can come down and look to draw some cards down the road. That was a really good Farewell. We knew they had that in the deck, so it's not super shocking that that happened. Let's go with... What do we want? I think obviously Cosmina, because we want to draw cards, right? It's kind of a no-brainer. And then if we play this out, we're left with 1-2 mana left over. Okay, so we gotta be careful about how we do this. So I'm going to go ahead and create a 2/2 to chump the 6/6 and
do the talking.
Hit their hand here, see what's in their hand. It could be pretty important. Oh geez. Okay, well, that's annoying. Okay, so Cosmina doesn't die to this, which is nice. So I guess we make the meat hook cost more. That is brutal though, man. Holy cow. All right. That's tough. At least, again, like I said, the Cosmina should survive here now. We made that more expensive. So 3/4 and then 1 2 3 4. Actually, they could meat hook for 4 still. That would be a big nightmare, unfortunately. Oh, I should have elite Spellbinder before I decided on making guess it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter because they top decked another one. Okay. All right, so be it. It is what it is. We got another Wandering Emperor to take care of the 6/6. We should be able to answer back here. It's just we got to get through all these sweepers, which is so annoying. All right, let's put this into our hand. Let's put this back in the deck. We'll play you. And we will get an extra counter on this. We will get the Emperor in, take out the 6/6, and we gotta hope for the best here now. I mean, iterations and Cosminas are gonna be the way to go. I can't believe how many cards we've drawn this game with Cosmina, and now we're only sitting on 1 card in hand, which is kind of wild. All right, we do get a pump here from the Stonebinder. I don't think there's a way we can get this big enough to avoid. Yeah, I mean, this is just going to hit everything regardless, right? Yeah, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. We just attack in here, try to keep the pressure on. I'm going to hang on to this. In case we do draw into Cosmina, I'm going to hang on to it. Let's just not rush into this whole thing yet. I got a feeling that obviously we're going to get meat hooked and then... Oh, Path to Peril. Okay. That's fine. Gotta find some cards. All right, just hanging on. Just hanging on, doing what we can. Just refilling the hand while they just, you know, expend all of these sweepers. Apparition, obviously pretty solid against a creature or something if they want to put it in front of us. Hopefully we force, you know, their last meat hook out of their hand here. Where did all these sweepers come from though? It's like their deck was something completely different beforehand, and then it became a sweeper frenzy, which is so annoying. All right, let's take a look and see what we got in their hand here. Humiliate. Okay, thanks. Which means they're gonna just be able to take out this card in my hand anyways, so we might as well play it now. And the best thing I can take is probably this. And we want to create another creature because we want to be able to block the hive potentially.
May your blade strike
And we're hanging on to the lands. The lands are going to make them think that we have something in the hand worth dropping a Humiliate on when we don't. And then also, again, we could trigger Cosmina with them. Cosmina, very important right now. And we only got one left in the deck too. So it's highly unlikely that we're even going to draw it. But we gotta, you know, keep the hope alive. We were in a, you know, full driver's seat until that farewell. My goodness. I can't believe how many sweepers they have in their deck. It's actually appalling. Three, four, five, six, seven. I have 7 damage on board right now. I don't think it's worth blocking this at all. Obviously, if we do block it, that's great. We kill it. That's nice. But I think we just return fire here. All right, let's hope for the best. Opponent's got 2 life. Let's hope they don't have another sweeper in hand, and we should be able to close this game out. Let's see. Edgar, don't care. And then Hive blocks, we don't care. So what's the last card? Let's see. Do we have the game here? I think we do. We do. Scoop. Nice. Let's go. What a first game that was, man. That was a tough win. That was a tough win, but I'm glad we got it, man. Let's go. Holy cow, man. That was not how the first few games went for me, to be honest. We won pretty easily. That one we had to earn, man. We had to eat how many sweepers? Like, it was crazy. Okay, this is actually pretty sweet because we've got Cosmina, which, you know, is the Omen Keel, and then we can go right to Apparition to grab something and then start the lands. But we might actually want the Cosmina side though to draw cards. We'll see. We'll see. We find a white source off the top. That's pretty clutch. It's pretty clutch. Just making sure we play the right lands here in the right order. Okay. This is actually a really good deck to have, you know, these exiling effects for. Again, do we want to focus in on... That might be useful later. Do we want to focus in on the Omen Keel side of things, or do we want to focus on Apparition? Omen Keel would be nice, obviously, if we find another Cosmina, but the Cosmina could be so good. Yeah, we'll pass the turn. I think I'm going to go Cosmina. I think Cosmina is just, you know, it's a little bit more of a greedy play, but... I just saw a mosquito. Gosh darn it. Alright, they're dealing 3. No plays for 1. Okay, good. Good, good, good. And we get another Apparition. That's clutch. Very clutch. Alright, take the Kami. We follow that up with the Wandering Emperor, which is really nice. We block the Spirited Companion really easily, so they're going to have to invest a little bit more into the Spirited Companion if they want to get it through. That's fine. At least they don't have the Kami anymore, which is the real problem. All right. And that is an enchantment, which means we don't get to touch of the Spirit Realm this thing. Bit of a bummer. All right, I do not like the Weaver. The Weaver is a nightmare card. What to do? I think I'm gonna go here and then Cosmina, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit slower. I understand that this is a little bit more greedy of a play instead of getting right after it with the things like Wandering Emperor, Apparition, but I think setting Cosmina up is fine here because it's a 2/4 body, which can block really, really easily for this turn. And, you know, start building a base to draw some cards feels like it might be the move. Rune of the Might. And Glorious Visitor, that's fine. They drew 2 cards off of that, by the way. The Weaver is annoying. All right, Cosmina, take action. Definitely want to take out this Weaver for sure. Do I want to do it with this though, or I probably not. I probably want to do it with this because the Wandering Emperor will it'll be open for an attack if we don't do it this way. All right, no attacks. We're just playing really slow here, playing really slow, just trying to outvalue them in the late game. That's going to be the move. Cosmina's hopefully going to get us there. Wouldn't mind finding an Omen Keel, but at this point it would be kind of unfortunate actually to get it because it will have Summoning Sickness and what the wait a turn to get value, and these things will get much bigger by then. Second Weaver, fun stuff. All right, Touch of the Spirit Realm is a nightmare. Okay, which means we're gonna have to take out their Weaver. Oh, they're just gonna send it without even having their Weaver available, huh? Okay, interesting. All right, taking a bit of damage here. No blocks. And yeah, this is looking pretty tough. Man, just drawing one card here could be pretty relevant actually. And getting back the big body to work with. Yeah, let's get a card here. Sure. It's not bad. It's not bad. Let's go with Spirit Realm. Yeah, it's probably the best thing, honestly. Take away their Weaver, because the Weaver is the only way they can get back into this game, because it's going to allow them to draw extra cards, and it's going to allow them to do extra exiling, which we can't have. All right, it's a land. We love that. No attacks. Play defensively. We have some really big bodies out here right now, and then also an iteration to kind of get the ball rolling on his next turn, followed by Wandering Emperor to exile something. So just all around really good stuff here. Spellbinder should get big enough to make some serious blocks. The question becomes, do we want to send the Cosmina away again? I don't know. Probably not. Yeah, probably not. It's doing a pretty good job of making blocks here. Love that. Let's put oh, this is annoying. Okay, let's put this in the hand. Maybe Wandering Emperor is not going to make a play this turn. All right, let's put this in the hand. Let's put this back in the deck, and we'll play out another iteration. We actually don't have the mana for the iteration. Scratch that. Okay, so we're going with the original plan, which is to play the Wandering Emperor, which is the original plan anyway, so no big deal. But I probably should have looked at the red sources before I made that move. And do we attack in over the top? Sure, we do. Like I said, we have the Wandering Emperor, so we have really good defensive mechanics here. So send it on in, and let's get a little loose now. Let's start putting some pressure on. Oh, great. Is this an exiling effect again? Hopefully not. Why are they touching everything? Can't be that complicated. It's one card. All right, they're gonna draw a card and sack that. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. 2 mana left over with the Jukai Naturalist means they can get up to a 3-drop, which is pretty much anything in their deck aside from the Hollowed Haunting. I'd really hate to see an answer come down here. That is an answer. Shoot. Okay. So that's going to get bigger. They exile the Familiar. Okay. Tough decision. Yeah. I figured. Just the 5/5, huh? Or are you going to go wide and try to close out? Just the 5/5. Darn it. I was hoping they were going to go wide there. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you. All right, we'll go with the iteration. Let's see. Put this in our hand. Put this in our deck and we'll play this out. Seems good to me. Seems good to me. All right. Not too shabby.
I have got new moves.
Not too shabby. Let's go. And there's the scoop. Oh my gosh. That was nice. That was nice. To be honest though, if they, they remove our spirits again, then they get back, illusion tokens, but I'd rather deal with that than these artifacts holding onto these, because these are bodies that we can attack with. There's value there to be had with these bodies coming down and being able to attack. So GG's, on to the next one. Man, I genuinely am I'm like buzzing about this deck right now. I am buzzing, man. It feels so good. It feels so good. Our record with is so nice too, man. I didn't expect this. I really didn't. I honestly thought this was going to be one that I'd be trashing. I thought for sure when I made it. I was already content with the fact that we were going to be trashing this one, but no, it's come through pretty big for us. Took a mulligan on that. Had to. I mean, saw the hand. That was pretty abysmal. All right, they got the iteration though to kind of fix us up here a little bit, get us a bit of more card advantage. Hopefully finding us a land. That's annoying. Okay, we will drop a land. Dropping a land. All right, that's nice. We're gonna go iteration first though. Take another one. We pair these up together. They're gonna be really, really good. So we'll take that. We'll put this back in the deck. We'll play this out as a land. We do need double white, but also blue. I'm gonna play this for blue. Play this for white. And then this will find us another white for the Wandering Emperor. Ay, man. Can't catch a break. All right, discard decks for days. I feel like I've run into a lot of discard decks with this build, which is kind of strange. All right, I'm going Cosmina side of things. We do need to make sure we, get some card advantage going here. I'm going to play this for that. Restoration comes down next turn, and then we do have 2 lands we can play, which will trigger Cosmina's ability, which is great. Oh no, don't make me sack. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay. All right, they're off to a pretty darn good start here. Nothing for us to really bring back either with the restoration. I mean, they're answering everything really, really well. There's not a whole lot I can do about it, other than sit back and wait and see. Need some card advantage, man, and they took both my Cosminas out of my hand. That's wild. All right. They go for the card draw. Okay. That does open the door for next turn to Wandering Emperor this. Okay, so I think we drop this. Play this. And we just passed the turn here. We minus on the Henrika when it transforms. The Hive is not something I am going to concern myself with right now. I think, we're going to be fine there. I could create a 2/2, block the 1/2, and then exile the 3/4 Henrika next turn, but that's assuming they don't have some sort of removal spell for the Wandering Emperor. So I'm just going to go straight for the exile and hope for the best. We do actually get this as a creature next turn, so we can put 1/1 counters onto it, so should be some value to be had there. We don't gain the life though, because they did use a Deadly Dispute on the Henrika. They Vanishing Verse my enchantment. Nice. I mean, they're playing this perfectly, and they have great answers for us. So that's just the fact that they hit our Cosminas so early and took those away from us. It really shut down the rest of the game here. There goes our last card in hand. I guess in that case we play it out and blow it on up. Yep, that's gonna do it. Unfortunately, that's a really bad game for us there. You know, it was bound to happen eventually, but man, they had the nuts on us, huh? Nothing we could do there. Just getting absolutely destroyed. On to the next. Well, that does seem to happen a lot whenever I'm, you know, juicing up my own deck, being like, oh, it's so good. We run into something like that. So it is what it is. That went is about as perfect for the opponent as it could go. The exile, the restoration, though, was really a really good move on their part. All right, we can keep this. We can keep it. Generous visitor, okay. All right, we find a Kamano. It's worth playing here, I think, for sure. I like the Wandering Emperor here, obviously, to eat that if it gets too big. I'm actually so tired of runes, though. I'm not gonna lie. That's one thing I wish would have been, you know, with the rotation being changed. But obviously, most of their cards come from the newer sets, so it is going to be here to stay for quite some time. All right, we're gonna go blue. I'm gonna go with the Omen Keel. Omen Keel finds us more lands after we crew it with things like Spellbinder when it comes in, or we can crew it with the Kamano. Either way, we've got some good crewing mechanics here, and we can steal their white sources. Those would be super helpful for our build, obviously. The Elite Spellbinder is not a really good card here against the runes, because JESKAI Naturalist just discounting everything anyway, so not exactly the best. These are times that I wish I had sweepers. This is like one of the few decks that can, you know, out go wide on me here, because they can just unload their entire hand in one go. Not to mention going second here is a bummer, because I could be looking to exile this on this turn, but no, instead I've got to kind of wait here and hang back. See what's in their hand. All right, that's the last card in their hand. That's not a land. That's kind of nice. But what does it do again exactly? So they get the 1/1 monk, and it has add mana, and then put 1/1 counters on each 2 target creatures, and then they can put 1/1 counters on creatures as they enter. Got it. All right, let's go get some lands here. And I'm leaving back the Spellbinder as a blocker to hopefully, you know, make them think twice about attacking in with some of those creatures. All right, some good hits there. Some good hits, and then next turn I can, you know, bring in the Wandering Emperor to exile something, which is great. They do find a visitor off the top, and another land will then allow them to... Oh, they can't actually cast the enchantment. Nice. No discounts for you, my friend. Yeah, I thought so. See, that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. I just wanted to scare them from attacking in with their bigger things. So now we, you know, save ourselves some life total here. Which means we... Do we flash in the Emperor? I think we do. I think we do. I think we just kind of repeat the same sort of cycle here. Attack in here. If they want to make a trade here, I'll make a trade all day long. I don't really need the lands at the moment, so if they want to make a trade with something bigger, I'll take it. Okay, that is definitely the card I wanted to see. And you know what? I'm actually gonna pull one of these. That was a last minute decision there for me. Was looking to exile something, but I didn't expect them to block with the JESKAI Naturalist, to be honest. So we'll take it. We'll take it. And they can only get 3 damage on the return fire. So Wandering Emperor should be pretty safe unless they top deck something really good here from their deck. And now their enchantment's even more expensive, by the way. 5 mana total. So if they want to play it, they're going to be spending their whole turn here. I think I can actually block here and be pretty happy with that. This, you know, this gets bigger over time. I don't know. It gets bigger over time. I could let it all go and not be too concerned about it, but part of me wants to block it. Yeah, I think I block this here. I just don't want them getting the 1/1 counters in the future. I think that's a good investment.
You should be scared.
I think that's a fair investment. And they do play out the temple, okay. 1/1 counter goes on to the generous visitor, I'm guessing, and then from there we have a pretty big target that we want to focus in on for some exiling effects down the line. Okay, Cosmina's pretty cool. Let's put that in our hand, and then we can play out restoration maybe here. Yeah, let's do that. The sash can go back. Restoration comes down, and then we'll create a 2/2 as well. So many lands in our hand that when we do get the Cosmina down, we're going to be looking really, really good. Nothing to exile, right? Okay. Let's go this route and then say go. And then I can block with a 4/4 Omen Keel as well. A lot of options here, man. But yeah, I think we just pass and play defensively right now. We are at 10 after all. They're going to get 2 1/1 counters to put on their creatures, which is not ideal. Hopefully they spread the damage out instead of going straight onto the visitor. I guess the visitor, though, I can chump block, so I guess that would be better if they did actually go with the visitor. They spread out the damage. And Hallowed Haunting's coming in. Okay. That's not a card I want to see. That's for sure. What ways can I deal with that? Is there any sort of card that can deal with that? I can't remember. Why am I blanking here? I think there is. No, not really. Okay. Not really. Enchantments are just really, really tough for us to deal with, man. All right, they're sending it onto the Wandering Emperor, which is totally cool. I think I could crew this up here for sure. I think that's a no-brainer. We make a block here and here. Sure. Those go to exile because of Kumano's effect.
See you later.
And let's get back a Kumano again. Let's get in the Cosmina. White source. Play this out. All right. Let's Omen Keel again. Omen Keel hits us some lands, and then this has vigilance, so we might as well swing in with it as well. And no lands. Oh, we do get a land. Okay, nice. Awesome. All right, we're chilling. We are chilling. This is going to come in though, and it's going to be able to allow them to pump mana into their creatures that they cast to put 1/1 counters onto them, which is not exactly great, but you know, they've only got one card in hand, and it looks like it's going to be another land. Oh wow, no attacks into us here, even with a 4/4 body. Kind of strange. Kind of strange. Ooh, iteration's nice. I love this because now we get a 3/4 body coming in. Love that. And oh, what a card. Let's put that into our hand. Back into the deck. Did we play out a land this turn yet? We did not, right? Okay. So put this back. Play this. That seems like a good idea to me. All right, put this in our hand. Put this back. Grab a land. This land comes in. And I am afraid of this. I'm going to be completely honest with you. But I do think I have to take care of the flyer. Because the flyer is very much a problem. And we crew this up. And I will make a trade with them on the visitor if they want to. I'm totally down for that trade. Okay, fair enough. I've got all the mana that I needed to get the Cosmina going, which is really why the Omen Keel exists. So I'm happy with that. Another really long game this is turning out to be, man. These rune decks are tough. Apparition being able to grab the Hallowed Haunting, though. I keep forgetting about that, so that's really nice. We can get that later. Opponent's struggling though. They're struggling to hit actual relevant cards here. They're getting flooded out a little bit. And in our case, flooding out is what we want to be doing because of the Cosmina. What does that do? Until can't attack or block, has 7 hold, sacrifice, draws a card. Okay. Hold for ransoms controller, sacrifice it and draws a card. So I can pay 7 to sacrifice that, drawing a card and unlocking my creature again. That's interesting. Voyage counter for sure. Sure, I mean, I could do that. I have nothing better to do. And then I blow up this. And we get all these in. I mean, yeah, send the whole team. We got 2 creatures with vigilance, and we're going to get another body here to block with. So this is definitely a full send moment here. Taking out their 2/2. Now they have no board state, and they are dead. Let's go. GG's. Love it. Absolutely love it. The deck performed phenomenal, guys. Holy cow. What a game. That will conclude the gameplay portion of the video. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I will break the deck down now in full, but before I do so, I want to give a huge shout out and appreciation to everyone who made it this far, as always. It means the world to me, and it helps a lot with the YouTube algorithm. So I just got to say a huge thank you to you guys for making it this far. I do appreciate that a lot, and I do thank you for that support. With that being said, let's take a look at today's deck. So I did want to make another Stonebinder Familiar build. This is a really cool card that I think is a lot of fun to play, especially because there are so many ways to play Exile that people probably don't think about when they think about this card, because there's the traditional sense of this card we used to play in a Boros build, and it was very, very powerful build that we used to do, where we played a Stonebinder Familiar and then tempo out the game with Brutal Cathar, Skyclave Apparitions, and just go through this little tempo that we do, and then eventually you know, just beat him down really, really fast. And then I got creative with this thing. I just, you know, decided to throw it into Esper. We played with things like the Cosmina and the Omen Keel, which we got to see today how powerful that can be. Cosmina obviously exiling itself, and then the Omen Keel exiling cards from our opponent's deck. Only works really well with the Stonebinder Familiar as well. So we built it in an Esper shell, and then I thought to myself, I think, why not, you know, because we played it in Boros. Boros had a little bit better card draw mechanics, and so I wanted to try it with red and blue. So I decided, let's go ahead and play it in JESKAI, and then Expressive Iteration dawned on me, because Expressive Iteration is going to play cards from Exile and exiling cards from the top of our deck. So it's going to then, you know, get the Stonebinder Familiar even stronger. So I thought this was pretty cool. And from there, we had our shell, and we were going to build off of that. So I knew this deck obviously needed some of the usual suspects. We had things like Skyclave Apparition, Wandering Emperor. Those 2 cards, you know, they're a must-have in the deck. I think Touch the Spirit Realm is very, very good. I've actually found myself using the channel mechanic a lot more than I have the actual, you know, exiling effect of just the enchantment, which is very, very helpful. And then, you know, I had the Restoration of Aganjo and the Kumano, because both of these sagas exile themselves on the third stage, which is really, really good. And the Kumano helps get things a little more aggressive in this deck, which is pretty cool. And then Stonebinder Familiar, I'm sorry, Elite Spellbinder. Obviously, being able to hit sweepers has been pretty big for us, pretty clutch. This card's won us a lot more games than I anticipated. Very, very helpful, and obviously exiling that card and making it more expensive only plays into the Familiar as well. And then lastly, we have the Lion Sash, which gets bigger over time, that we can then, you know, reconfigure onto one of our creatures as well. But this is really, really cool, because there are a lot of decks that want to play out of their graveyard, and so it's really nice to just be able to eat up their graveyard and shut down certain matchups, whether that be Bombardment or, you know, Tenacious Underdog, things like that. We of course splashed in 1 Spikefield Hazard in case we can hit like a Shambling Ghast or something, which is nice. But yeah, guys, that's the deck in a nutshell. It was pretty fun to build, pretty fun to play. I didn't think when I built this, I was like, there ain't no way this is gonna work. And we've actually had some pretty good games with it. We had a couple of good games on stream with it too yesterday. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed today's deck and got some value out of today's video. But that will conclude this one, and we'll be back again tomorrow But of course, at the end of every video, I got to give a huge shout out to the Marty Mob. I got to say huge thank you and appreciation to them so very much for everything. If you guys don't know, the Marty Mob is the membership program here on the channel, and they help support the, the channel monetarily. So got to give my love and appreciation at the end of every video to these people, and just tell them how much they mean to me. But if you guys want to learn more about the Marty Mob and how to become a member, you can do that down below with the join button, or there's a link in the description. But appreciate you guys all for everything, and we'll see you guys back here again for another video tomorrow. Till then, guys, peace.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Swayze, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. Where's the upload, man? Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap, yeah.